everyone, Sophia here for my great challenge. Welcome back to my channel and episode 16 in my Mystery Quilt 2022. Actually, it's not mine. I am doing Pat Sloan's Mystery Quilt for the winter and spring because she does them all year long. This one is called Sweet Dreams. It's all about pastries and goodies. It is a sample quilt, so every block is different. We're doing block 16 today. There's 18 blocks total, so we got only 2 more to go. And then we'll finally be able to assemble the quilt, and then I'll show you how to quilt it. Well, at least how I'm going to quilt it. So, if you're not familiar, welcome. I'm self-taught quilter, and I am sharing the little bit of skills that I have with you that I've acquired over the past, I don't know, maybe 7 years that I've been doing this, probably less than that. But I really enjoy it. It's my me time. It's how I relax, and it's my everything, really. And that in the garden. Everybody needs a hobby, okay? And this is my hobby. So, what you need to do to get started, you go on Pat Sloan's website, ilovetomakequilts.com. The link is down below. You go to the Sweet Dreams box and you download a free pattern for today's block or any other block for this particular quilt. My printer broke, so I couldn't print it. I had to go buy on the iPad, so I'm putting a picture of it right here. It's called Rice Krispie Cakes, and it is fabulous. It's a pinwheel type block. I really enjoyed making it, and it was not difficult at all. But if you hate half square triangles, I'm sorry, that's basically the entire block. So without further ado, and as always, I'm going to start picking fabric and cut it. Just a reminder that I'm doing rainbow colors for this particular quilt, so it's all over the place and really vibrant and crazy looking. And today I am doing hot pink for one block and red for another block. We are in the section of the quilt where we do 2 blocks per pattern. So let's get started. I'm going to show you my material and the colors that I picked, and then we'll dive right into the tutorial. So this block is a little bit different. It's got a lot of different colors within the same tone. I'm going to do a pink and I'm going to do a red. Here's the background. Let me open it a little bit so you can see more. So first for the red, I'm bringing back the red with the little hearts that I had in one of the center medallion, and I'm gonna add this polka dot, and this plain fabric. So this is going to be the color combo for one of the blocks. And the second block is going to be all pink. So I'm bringing back the hot pink. That's all I have left. This hot pink. I'm going to bring in this hot pink. And then this pink. And this pink. And that would be, let me move that so you can see a bit more with the white background. There we go. So that would be another color combo. And I'm going to start cutting them now. So let's recap. For the background, I have 2 of the background square, and I have 8 smaller square. Then I have 4 that are going to be for the corners, and then in the dark I have 4 square and 1 smaller, and then for the medium I have 4 medium and I have 2 light. And I'm repeating the same thing for the red. I have 2 large in the background with 8 small also in the background. For the corners I have 4 medium. In the dark I have 4 large and 1 small. In the medium I have 4 large square, and then in the light I have 2. So let's start, and guess what? It is the return of the half square triangles. In the pink, you take 2 dark and 2 light, and we're going to make half square triangles. If you are brand new, welcome. I go over this every single video because I want to make sure that everybody who catches videos for the first time and never misses a step on how to do a half square triangle. So you're taking your fabric and you put it right side to right side. So for this one, obviously the darker side is on top, and for this one the design is right here at the bottom. So you align them like so, and you're going to mark a line from one corner to the other like this. And what I'm going to do is sew at 1/4 inch here and here. So for each square there will be 2 lines of stitching. Once that's done, it gets cut right here on the line, and then we open them and press them, and each one is going to end up looking like this. It will give you a half square triangle. So each one will give you 2. So we're going to make another one right here. Make sure I get the fabric right side to right side. Don't mind the washer in the background. I am doing laundry at the same time. Okay, mark this, and then 1/4 inch on both sides. So that would be for the pink. And we do the same thing for the red. If I place it this way and I go like this, I don't like the way it looks, so I'm going to turn it this way. If I go like this, it's in the right direction. Okay. Alright, let me go to the machine and we're going to chain them. So again, I am at 1/4 inch, and this is what's called a 1/4 inch foot, and I'm not aligning my line to this part. I am aligning it to this part here, which is a little bit narrow, and I am right on the line. Here goes. So here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to separate them now, and before I start separating them, cutting them in half and pressing them, I have the feeling that there's more half square triangles to make. So let's check out the pattern. Correct. So for the next one, this is the red. We're taking 2 medium and 2 dark. We're doing the same thing. And here's the pink, 2 medium and 2 dark. And for some reason on my camera, I feel like it looks exactly the same, but it's not. I gotta pull out the seam ripper. The two first ones that I made were supposed to be dark and light. Light as in background, not this one. So I'm just gonna undo them. It happens. The seam ripper, make it your friend because you are going to need it. Alright, give me a few minutes. Few minutes. It's gonna take me a minute for sure. I have to redo these two and these two. Okay, back in business. So the original two was supposed to be dark and light, but light as in background light, not the light pattern fabric. So that's one here and one here. That's for the red. And then in the pink, and in ordinary time what I would do is just recut, but for the hot pink I don't have enough fabric, so I had to use the seam ripper. And don't be alarmed when you have to use your seam ripper, everybody makes mistake. All right, so the last two is the two light medium. So here's the red one, and we're dealing with the hearts again. Like this. Hold on, let me make sure. Okay, so that's one. Good thing is that it's already marked. And then this one goes this way. And then for the last one, it's the two medium that are left over. So this is my heart, and that goes with this polka dot. And then the other one are my two pinks that I had to undo. And they go with my last two medium color. Okay, back in business. That's a whole bunch of half square triangles now. I have to cut them all, and to do that I just follow the blue line and cut them in half. So here's the first batch, and that one is dark with the background. Okay, so here's one. This is another dark with background. Hopefully we get to see one that's a little bit more interesting. What's this? This is a dark with background. I did them all in order, I guess. Okay, let me flip the pile. What's this one? This is dark with a medium. And this is a medium with a medium. Alright, let me cut them all, and then I'll show you how to press them and resize them. Okay, so to press, we're pressing towards the dark side. So pressing towards this one. Flip it and grab here and press. And the reason why we do that, so that the seam doesn't show on the other side. Let me show you one that's a little bit lighter. Right, so flip that, and we're pressing towards the dark side. So I'm going to use the one with the most contrast to show you how to trim it to 2.5 by 2.5. And if you've been watching this series from the beginning and you still haven't started quilting, you notice that there's a lot of repetition, right, in quilting, a lot of it. This is my tucker trimmer. I'm going to place it right on top, and I'm going to have the 2.5 and 2.5 mark here with the diagonal right on my diagonal, right here. And I'm cutting out anything that's outside of my trimmer. Then I take this and I flip it the other way. Now I know that this is perfectly square. I'm placing my trimmer right back on, and now the 2.5 and 2.5 mark is right here, plus I have the 2.5 on the diagonal, and anything else that's outside of it I cut it out. So sometimes you're going to cut out a lot, sometimes you'll cut out just a little bit. It depends on how much you deviated from your 1/4 inch, and also your tension, the type of fabric you're using. So you always need to trim them, you know, as best as you can. If you're missing some, that happens. Actually, this one I may be missing some. Nope, I'm right on. Okay. Don't stress it. What I do if I'm missing some is that I put a little dot in the back so that I know that's one that's missing. And then when I'm sewing, I'm adjusting, meaning that I'm going to sew at a little bit under 1/4 of an inch so that I'm losing on the seam, but not on the pattern. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, so there's a lot of them to make. Let's pick one like this, because this one, there's another one I think I'm missing a little bit. Let's see. Because I can see it's a little wonky. Ooh, just making it right here at the corner. Just making it. There we go. Okay, all right, let me make them all. It's quite a lot. When I come back, I'll start assembling it, because believe it or not, there's no more mini piecing to do. It's all assembly at this point. All right, finally assembling. Let's start with the pink. You need 1 corner. So take 1 corner fabric like this, and underneath it place 1 white background. So that's 1 column or a row, whichever way you want to look at it. The next one is, and we're going to do them by 4s, right? We're going to do blocks of 4s, is this one. And underneath it, right here, take one of these that's a light and a medium, like this. Alright, so that's 1, and we got to make 4 of those. So how do you do that? We're going to do by column. You can do it by row, it doesn't really matter. This one to this one, and this one to this one. Press them, and once they're done, this one goes on top, and they are all at 1/4 of an inch seam, which means that when I am placing this one on top of this one to get to the machine, like this, I am sewing right here at 1/4 of an inch from the edge. So here's one in the pink. So in the red, it would look like this. My corner right here, a white right here, another white here, and this one. And of course, the heart doesn't match, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so I have to make 4 units like this and 4 units like this one. So here are the pink ones, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here are the red ones, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let me put them to the side and move on to the next step. For the next step, I'm taking one of the ones that I had made a mistake initially, a background and a dark, and then a dark and a medium, and I'm going to put them right next to each other, and it's going to create this triangle. So here it is in red. I need to make 4 of those, and in pink it's going to look like this, and I also need to make 4 of those. Same thing, this one to this one, add a 1/4 of an inch seam. So we got 4 like this in the pink, and just a reminder, the space right here from your point to the edge needs to be a 1/4 of an inch, otherwise you'll lose the point. And here it is in red. So how do we assemble this? Oh, and also these, make sure you square them to 4.5 by 4.5, otherwise your block is going to be all wonky. Okay, let's do the pink first. This one goes right here with the corner on the left here, and I know that the next one is going to be another corner, and that one is going to go right here on the right, and then at the bottom I'll have one with the corner right here, and then one with the corner right here. Hoping you're starting to see what it's going to look like. Let me get my pink units. One like this. One like this. One like this. And the last one is this way. Okay, and in the middle we have the last of the dark ones. So I'm going to work row by row, this row, the middle row, and this row, this one to this one, then this one, all at a 1/4 of an inch, this one to this one to this one, all at a 1/4 of an inch, and then this one to this one to this one, all at a 1/4 of an inch. And then in the red, do the same thing. Let's start with the corners. Corners first. This one goes here. This one goes here, and this one goes right here. And then my little triangles, one like this, one like this. This one goes this way, and this one goes this way, and the one in the center is this one. Cool. I actually like this block. All right, divide them. Let's go. Yes. Yes, I love those. I love those. They would look fabulous side by side and as a runner or full quilt. Very busy, love the colors, really love the pink. I think it's showing properly. And the noise you're hearing in the background is my beagle who's doing whatever on the sofa right now. You're enjoying yourself? Hey, you enjoying yourself? Are you okay? Okay, never mind. And here's the red one. It was not hard to do, but again, with every block, you want to make sure that your seams do match. So take your time, and if you need to pin it, then do that. Because if you don't match your seams, what happens is that areas like this end up being not a good diamond or triangle or whatever you're doing. And then remember, you need to have room, like for instance here, I'll show you, you need to have a good 1/4 of an inch right here on top of the point. Otherwise, when we do the border, you'll lose your point. That would be it. So I really like this one. Give me a thumbs up if you like it too, and if you like the instructions. At the end of this video, I'm going to do a gallery. Well, I always do a gallery of other ladies who are sending me pictures of the quilt. Lynn, I finally got your pictures, so they will be up. And Barbara, I'm waiting for you. Other than that, you gals are doing excellent. I love your color choices and how you are doing this quilt. And that would be it. So follow me on Facebook and Instagram at My Great Challenge. Channel merch available at My Great Challenge Gift on Etsy. And then, of course, my favorite, my Etsy shop for vintage finds, Frenchie and Tubby, also on Etsy. And that would be it. Subscribe right here in the corner, share if you like this video, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye! Hey, it's me, and guess what? Click that thumbs up if you really like this video. Thumbs down twice if you didn't. You can also share my video if you really liked it, or save it to watch later. Also, you can subscribe to my channel, but don't forget to click that bell button so you are always notified when I post a new video. Thank you for watching.